Right, so we're going to do a little sketch to start off and firstly introduce ourselves. So I'm Tom Marshall, formerly from Natural Resources Wales, now Local Partnerships.
Food Development Officer, Sustainable Food Manager for Monmouthshire County Council until Friday. Then I'm available for bar mitzvahs. Alison Starling from Link Cymru, still with Link Cymru in community engagement.
Great, so we're going to get on with the sketch and then I'm going to carry on with the presentation afterwards. So thank you very much.
Hey, Des, I heard this amazing woman on the radio called Mary Dear. She launched an organisation called Incredible Edible, and they're fantastic. They go around guerrilla planting, so they see sort of patches of land in their community, and they just go for it, and they grow fruit, vegetables, and the idea is that anyone can kind of come up and help them, but then anyone can pick the produce as well. So it's a brilliant sort of community development tool as well as growing. So why don't we do it? What do you think?
I'm definitely up for that. There's lots and lots of things we could do. We know people, we love to grow. You know, there's a big gap in food development, really, and making sure that's out in the community. All the other things that's linked to, all the social values and everything else, be fantastic. But where are we going to find the land? Because there's not a great deal of land that I can see, and it's a bit of a minefield, really, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not loads of land available, but I saw there's this patch at the corner of Jeffrey Street and Wharf Road. I don't know if you know that. I don't know who owns it, but we could find out, couldn't we? Yeah? Okay, let's give it a go.
Oh, how are we going to do that then?
Here we go. Hello, generic public body. How may I help you?
Hello, generic public body. Oh, I've been talking about this incredible edible stuff, and we really want to do some community growing. Found some land, but don't know who owns it.
I don't really know. Have you checked the land registry? They might have some information.
Because I don't really know much about that. So you could be as a generic body, do everything for us.
Well, we've got a lot of departments, you see. So it could be estates, could be parks, could be business. Have you got a name of anyone, by the way? Or if not, you might want to speak to your local councillor.
I've tried that as well, yes. The generic county councillor didn't have a clue, really, to be honest. No offense if anybody's a county councillor. But that's why I'm back to you. I seem to be getting a runaround from everywhere. What am I going to do? There's no support for us anywhere.
I'll tell you what, leave it with me. Let me speak to my colleague, Sam.
Fantastic. I'll be back later.
Smooth transition. Hi, Sam. It's Tom here from the Customer Contact Centre. I've got someone after some land. Jeffrey Street, I think it is, or Jiminy Cricket Street, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, do you think you can find out whether it's on our books or not?
Do we know we own it first, Tom? Do we
no, I'm not really sure. That's why I'm ringing you, mate, to find out.
Well, I don't know. I could speak to estates, leisure, funeral services. I don't really know. What did they say? Where did they say it was?
I think it was Jeffrey Street. I'm not really sure though, mate, to be honest. I'll have to get back to them.
Are they a group or are they an individual?
I don't really know. Yeah.
Got a business plan?
No, I'm not really sure.
Plan?
No, I don't know.
Liability?
No, I'm not really sure.
Oh, I don't know if we can help, Tom.
All right, well, leave it with me, mate. Right. Right, thank you, everyone. Right. That went better than planned, because we hadn't practiced that at all. At least I'm dropping the microphone on stage, rather, mate. Right, hopefully you've got a few little slides coming up now shortly. Yeah, that was a little, I suppose, a microcosm, an example of what a lot of people throughout Wales, the UK, experience on a daily basis, which is who do they speak to within all these brilliant public sector organisations we have to find out who has land and where is it and how they can use it. And our challenge group was looking particularly at this. So how might we improve the information to help people access space for food growing? I've got the clicker here, there we go. Yeah, so a little bit on our journey through CEIC. So we started in November 21, first CEIC meeting. We had our first residential 2-day challenge where we started thinking about the challenge definition. You see a little group photo here. Lost a few people at the wayside, but mainly we stuck with it. We did a lot of stakeholder engagement, so we started speaking to a lot of people within our own organisations and with other organisations as well to find out how this process works for them in terms of accessing space for growing food. If I was a community grower, how would I go about that? We started doing a bit of mapping around that stakeholder engagement as part of the systems thinking processes. We'll start going on to ideation, starting to come up with a few thoughts and ideas around what might help solve this particular challenge. Stop working, there we go. So after coming through a little bit of ideation phase, we had a few different ideas around, might be useful to have like a handbook for giving people information. But we thought, well, something physical wouldn't really work in terms of spreading that message. And then we came to the idea of having some sort of online information portal where essentially people would go as a one-stop shop to find out information about how to access land for growing. We had some really good presentations during the course of the CEIC programme. This one was Jamie Crummy from Too Good to Waste. Too Good to Go, close. Too Good to Go, which is really interesting. What a great business model he's created. And finally, we were at the iteration stage. We come up with a prototype. We started talking around what we could do next and how we could improve it. And finally, we're at this stage now where we've got a product, we've got a prototype that we've created, and we're just now starting to pitch it to different people, different organizations to see whether or not it's something they'd like to take forward. So I'm going to go through a little bit, just give you a quick snapshot of what we've created. So it's called the Veg Patch. It's a one-stop wheelbarrow of food growing information. Yes, we did come up with that on our own. There was no marketing company employed for that. I know it's hard to believe. But yeah, this is the place where we hope that people will ultimately go into their search engine, go, how am I going to find space to grow food as a community group? And this will be the place they'll go to. Ultimately, we hope that'll be it. Free to access, the place where companies, public sector organisations can give their details as to who to speak to access land. Because having gone through the process with a number of different organisations, like you've just seen, you go to a customer contact centre, they passed you on to a surveyor, they passed you on to the estates department. It just never ending. 2 weeks down the line, you've lost the will to live. We're trying to create somewhere now where you can access all that information. So we create this sort of tiled effect. But you can go national organisations, the likes of Natural Resources Wales. You can go regionally, so local authorities or housing associations, and they'll have their information on that page. And yeah, so little example here of the national organisation who started to talk to Coral Authority, Welsh Water, who, by the way, I don't know if anyone's in the room, we're awful to try and get hold of, National Trust and Natural Resources Wales. And final page, a little bit more information around what you need to start as a community growing organisation. If you're starting right from the beginning, what can you do? Yeah, so we've got a few challenges. I'm just aware of time. Time is really difficult. We are all working together to try and move things forward, but we are 4 people in 4 different organisations with full-time jobs. Funding in terms of how we are going to fund this project going forward, and also who's going to own it. You know, we're looking for people, a consortium, an organisation to take this forward. Final slide. We're here now presenting to you guys. We're trying to create more engagement around this prototype we created. and identify opportunities for further development. Katie, I hope you're happy. I don't know, that's about 10 minutes, wasn't it? Yeah, good. Thank you very much.